Hello, this might turn out to be rather a long video. I might cut it rather a lot, which will mean there'll be a lot of jerks, or I might split it up, I don't know yet, or I might just remake the whole thing actually, but let's see how it goes. I shall start with this. It's a tweet at Durham University, for students at Durham University. And it says here, "Dear students, I hope you've all enjoyed the Easter break. Next week there will be anti-racism training being run by DPOCA. I don't know what that is, maybe I'll find out in a minute. DPOCA for all first year students in the Hub Hall. So please find details below on timings. Anti-racism training is becoming mandatory amongst colleges in light of recent events." Now, I'd like to know what the recent events are. Have we had race riots in Britain? Not really. I assume they're thinking George Floyd, but what's that got to do with us? Anyway, right. And they say it's becoming mandatory, which is weasel words because it doesn't mean it is mandatory, but they're trying to give that impression. Anti-racism training is becoming mandatory amongst colleges in light of recent events, and knowing how to be actively anti-racist helps to create a more harmonious, inclusive environment in Durham. What's the proof of that? I mean, all you have to do is know you have to treat people like people. That's nothing to do with anti-racism. It's to do with being polite to everybody. And that's what makes life in a university good. And I'm not talking about not robustly refuting opinions. What they mean by actively anti-racist is socially conformist. That's what they mean. Harmonious and inclusive environment, as well as ensuring a safer community for people of colour. Do you know, I know that people of colour are marked out by the colour of their skin, but if you look at the murder statistics in Britain, you will find that there is no special target in people of colour, apart from other people of colour, I have to say. And even that's not such a huge thing either. As a matter of fact, the big disproportionate murder statistics are women, involve women, usually from their husbands and boyfriends. All right. Due to the significant, but yeah, it's all a matter of where you want to point the emphasis, isn't it? Due to the significant importance of this training, attendance is mandatory. Right, so first of all, they're saying, well, it's becoming mandatory. It's becoming a common thing. They're not saying who is making it mandatory. It's certainly not the government. And then in the next paragraph, they say it's mandatory, which means we are making it mandatory, we at Durham University, and will be registered. So you see, you don't turn up, you're in trouble. If you have a valid reason for why you cannot make either time or... Hang on. If you have a valid reason for why you cannot make either time... sorry, yeah. Obviously, there are 2 sessions. Or you are only available for the date you are not allocated to. Or you are available only for the date you are not allocated, to which you are not allocated. Right, now that makes sense. Please email, and then it gives a name, with your reason or to arrange a transfer to the other group. So you have to turn up and you have to give a reason why you can't turn up. This is at Durham university. They are demanding that you attend an indoctrination session. You know what? I'm not going to go on to the next one. I'm just going to concentrate on this. That poor railway man keeps shunted down the line, keeps getting shunted down the line, doesn't he? I'll get to the railway man sooner or later. Okay, attendance is mandatory and will be registered. If you have a valid reason for why you cannot make either time or you're only available for the date you want, please email. We appreciate that exams are approaching. Okay, so you're going to have exams and you have to turn up at a mandatory indoctrination session, or you could find yourself unable to take the exams. Oh, no pressure, no pressure. Exams are approaching, but due to timetabling, having this training earlier in the year was not possible. Oh, no, what it means is they didn't want you to drop out earlier in the year. And now you're committed and your exams are coming up. You're going to have to sell your soul before you put that pen to paper. This is what Durham University is doing to its students. It's a complete disgrace. This training is extremely important. No, it isn't. It is not only totally unimportant, it is actively damaging and has been scientifically proven not to have any more effect than to irritate the people who are subjected to it. This training is extremely important, will only take an hour of your time, and will take only an hour of your time. We are dividing this training into groups A and B that you were allocated for consent training during induction week in October. I do not understand that last paragraph at all. So this has been written by a semi-literate with an agenda. It's a complete disgrace. Durham University, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Why are you doing this to your students? Why are you allowing this to happen? Why are you caving to this complete nonsense? Why are you letting an illiterate write a message like this? All right. Well, that's my criticism of Durham University. My advice to anyone watching this, if you have a young person thinking of applying to Durham University, don't go. If that young person has any sort of a creative mind or a critical mind, then that young person will not get on well in Durham University, not with people like that running the show. Okay, well, I'm Grannyopteryx, a very angry Grannyopteryx, because this is the young people who are my next generation or 2 generations down, that you are corrupting Durham. So you're getting this from Grannyopteryx, who is on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. If you want to keep track of me, I am also at Grannyopteryx on Twitter, Gab and Parler. For those of you who have some sense in your brains, like this video, please share it. Share it to people at Durham University. Make sure you are subscribed, because YouTube drops the subscriptions sometimes. And when I've cooled down, I'll see you next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Grannyopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.grannyopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.